Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses.
Shake shoe bob shooby doo doo booby doo dow.
Bang!
Hot dog!
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Won't you tell me which way, honey, does that Red River run? Yeah, hey, 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 honey, does that Red River run? Straight from my back door, baby, to the rising sun. Said I walked all the way, Houston to the Texas shore. Well, I walked all the way, Houston to the Texas shore. Don't like my doorbell, baby, don't you push my button no more. I'm going down to the river, baby, sit down on the ground. Yeah, honey, sit down on the ground. Gonna let the waves of water wash my troubles down. Yes, I'm going down to the river, going to carry my rocking chair. Yeah, carry my rocking chair. Going to ask Mr. Tadpole if the blues ever stop by there. One more time.
Mr. Ernie Hawkins, welcome to the show. This is Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin, and we're pleased to have as our guest Mr. Ernie Hawkins, hailing from Pittsburgh, PA.
You got it.
And I'd just like to read a little quote from Stefan Grossman. Ernie is a powerful blues guitar player. He can duplicate the sounds, music, and feelings of the great blues players of yesteryear. That is Reverend Gary Davis, Lipscomb, Lightnin' Hopkins, Blind Willie McTell, etc. Ernie combines the rare traits of being a superb musician and a great communicator of the music. He can easily communicate the intricacies of their playing in a clear and direct manner, as well as extend the genre to his own experiences. Love, that's a great quote. Very nice compliments from a great guitar master.
Yeah.
And teacher he is, too.
He really is. He
Yes.
really is. He's an encyclopedia. It's amazing.
And as you are, too, from having listened to your music on recording.
Thanks.
So how did you first get interested in playing this style of music?
Oh, geez, I don't remember. It was so long ago. I was, you know, in my, I guess, in my early teens, and I played a little banjo and some, you know, country music. I learned some stuff from a caretaker of my uncle's farm down in Waynesburg. He was a good finger picker, really good flat picker. Played bones with both hands.
Wow.
And had a lot of experience. 35 years. He was drunk for 35 years once, and you know, doesn't talk about that too much. But so he taught me some stuff, and you know, people around. There were lots of people around Pittsburgh, who were great players, and old people, and so I learned from them, and then you know, learned from people around. And about that time, blues records were starting to come out, and the first time I ever heard Blind Willie McTell or Robert Johnson or particularly Gary Davis, I was, you know, just really struck by that music. And
Pretty mind-boggling.
really very mind-boggling. And so there was, in Pittsburgh, there was a guy from New York who was at Carnegie Mellon, and it was Carnegie Tech back then. And he said, you know, he was from Brooklyn, and he said, you know, you could just call Gary Davis up on the phone, and he just lives in Queens, and his number was AX17609. And so the day I got out of high school, which was quite a miracle in itself, I moved to New York. I flew to New York City with my guitar and called him up on the phone. And he said, come on over. You know, $5 for a whole, as long as you really wanted to, as long as you had time. And learned everything I could from him. And there were lots of blues festivals going on then, and there were guys were still alive, Nance Lipscomb and Fred McDowell and all those people, Robert Pete Williams and John Hurt. And so we were very lucky to be exposed to those people. Very, very lucky. They're great men.
Cool.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us another example?
Sure. I'm going to tune down to... play just a kind of tune that floated around everywhere in Piedmont. This is basically a kind of a Piedmont thing. That last song I played, that last blues, was more of a Texas style A blues, Texas Oklahoma kind of style song, and this is more of an East Coast Piedmont type song. Sort of a kind of song, really not a song in itself, but everybody played this kind of thing, and it just floated from guitar player to guitar player. I call it railroad blues.
All right. Cool. We should let folks know how they can find out about your touring schedule and your recordings and so forth. We have one of them on hand we can show. Bluesified.
Yeah.
Bob can get a shot of that. And you've got one of those real easy to remember websites. If somebody can remember your name, they can remember how to get to your website.
That's it exactly. Ernie Hawkins.
ErnieHawkins.com. And that's the CD. Did you play anything off of this yet?
No. I could.
But you might.
Sure. Happy to. Should I?
Yeah,
All
why
right.
not? Oh, there's a telephone number too.
Say what?
I was just noticing that they were flashing a telephone number up on the screen too for contact information. Hopefully somebody wrote that down while they were watching that. What are you going to give us?
This is a couple of African folk tunes that just came out of the African countryside. Turns out that a lot of people in Africa, regular finger-picking acoustic guitar players, this is kind of an amazing thing. They play very much like Piedmont guitar players. They keep a moving bass and play melodies. They use a lot more sophisticated rhythms. They use a lot of different kinds of rhythms, and they often play with an accompaniment on a Fanta bottle, people clicking a Fanta bottle, and so that gives the rhythms a lot more variation and depth. But here's a couple of those songs, and the first one I actually translated myself. I just actually wrote the words and adapted all this, and I'll sing it for you. It's called
Great.
Riding on a Moonbeam. I'm gone away, riding on a moonbeam. I'm gone away, I won't be back till dawn. Gone away, riding on a moonbeam. I'm gone away, I won't be back till dawn. I saw you talking to that yo-yo from Altoona. You took his hand, and then you broke my heart. I'm gone away, riding on a moonbeam. I'm gone away, I won't be back till dawn. Dreaming of my sweetheart back in Pittsburgh. It's so much fun, I don't want to wake up. I'm gone away, riding to Virginia. I'm gone away, I might be back by spring.
Cool. Now that, to my ear, had at least the second part, had a kind of a Mississippi John Hurt-esque feel to it.
Mm-hmm. And that's what this, a lot of the African songs, exactly what they sound like. It's one of those amazing coincidences in music. I can't explain it at all. I'm not a musicologist. I don't know if anybody's really ever attempted, but it's quite a remarkable coincidence. And,
Interesting.
Very interesting, you know.
I don't suppose you have any amusing anecdotes of the blues greats that you cross paths with?
Oh, hundreds and thousands.
Are you going to share one with us?
Let's see. There's a lot of interesting things that happened with Reverend Davis. Spent a lot of time with him. We brought him to Pittsburgh a lot after I moved back from New York, after I actually wandered all over the country for a year or two. I can tell you how, actually, what happened when I met him was kind of interesting. He was living in the back of a storefront, and he gave me directions to get to his house, and I was really very novice in New York. I didn't know anything about New York, but I figured out how to take a subway and elevated train and the Q42 bus to get to his house. And as I say, he was in a store. He had a little storefront, and I found it and kind of walked in, and he was in the back there, sound asleep in an overstuffed chair. And so I just walked up to him, and I touched him on the shoulder, and he just exploded. You know, I actually thought he was going to pull a gun but he just exploded and started yelling, and because I guess he thought he was like being robbed, which is something that probably happened a lot actually to him. And so I ran out and dropped my guitar and ran out onto the street, and it was kind of scary. And so, you know, I was yelling at him from the street. It's me, you know, I called, and I heard him pause. And, you know, he kind of got quiet, and then I heard, "Did you bring your money?"
That's a good one.
Yeah, he was great. He was something. He was full of jokes and stories and mischief, and, you know, he was always doing things to you. When I got back to Pittsburgh, we flew him to Pittsburgh a lot. Set up concerts, house concerts. We brought his wife over. Actually, the first time I got married, he performed the ceremony, and it was quite moving. It was very nice. He was quite a man. He's always ready to break into sort of preacherly advice. It was always kind of a deep thing. And when he would get into that, you'd stop playing and just listen to him talk. And sort of had a kind of a inroad to your heart. He knew where you were at all the time. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want to give us some more music?
Sure, happy to. Let's see, maybe I'll sing one for you. This is
It was either that or ask you to give us some preacherly advice.
Music. This is another song that just was floating around in the all kinds of
Let me interrupt you
communities.
for a second, because you have about 5.5 minutes left. So
You're kidding.
Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
Jeez, we're gonna have to do this again. Well, if that's true, can I bring up?
Yeah, let's bring up your friend.
Okay, I
Why
have
don't
a
you
guest.
introduce him?
Great guest harmonica, another great guest harmonica player. His name is L.E. McCullough.
Welcome, Ellie.
Howdy.
And he's a wonderful harmonica player, and also actually quite world famous as an Irish tin whistle player and flute player. You ought to think about bringing him down here with
Sounds great.
his tin
Are
whistle.
you
It's
local?
quite amazing.
Woodbridge, New Jersey.
No kidding.
Folks out there in Comcast Cablevision land.
Over there.
Middlesex County.
You're invited.
Thanks. It'll be fun. We won't have to wait till St. Patrick's Day, will we?
No, not at all.
Every day can be St. Patrick's Day if you wish, with the right spirits.
Well, okay, and feel free to come in on a verse or two if you feel like it. Same key, key
Okay.
A. This is a song about a particular little dog I know. It's actually one of those really old blues type things. Well, I got a mean little poodle. Look out, she might bite your leg. I got a mean little poodle. Look out, she might bite your leg. Well, but you ought to see my little poodle when she sits up to bed. Well, hey, my little poodle plays kind of hard. Won't let no other poodle in a little poodle yard. I got a mean little poodle. Lord, and she might bite your leg. Well, but you ought to see my little poodle when she sits up in bed. And I got a big bulldog, likes to bark and growl. Since he met that poodle, people, all he can do is howl. I got a mean little poodle, Lord, and she might bite your leg. Well, but you ought to see my little poodle when she sits up to bed. My little poodle, when I'm poodling around, everybody knows my poodle when she poodles on downtown. I am when I am, and I do what I can do, but you mess with me, my poodle gonna mess with you. I got a mean little poodle, Lord, and she might bite your leg. Well, but you ought to see my little poodle when she sits up to bed.